Student stress levels are higher than ever before. With their schedules being full of intense classes on top of taking standardized tests and having long periods between school breaks, it's no wonder that students are stressed. Today we're going to be discussing the advantages and disadvantages of year-round school, how they can help with stress management, and the downsides that come with these types of school models. Before we jump into it, make sure to like, follow, and comment if you enjoyed this content. And make sure to check out our other video here where we talk about the Great Teacher Resignation. At first glance, it may seem that year-round schools are an unnecessary pressure on students to continue performing at their max level academically for longer. The opposite is actually true. One major benefit of year-round schools is more frequent breaks. These breaks are closer together rather than spread out across a typical school year, and they allow time for students to recharge after tests and other major academic milestones for the year. Many students think a typical summer break is a plus, but more often than not, it causes a decline in academic performance and disruption in the routines of students and parents. Students will often come back from summer or winter breaks with a lag behind academically from where they were prior to the break. The breaks featured in year-round schools are just long enough for students to recharge without losing their student and school routine. It can also help teachers de-stress as there's time to recharge and plan lessons for their students. This can make lessons more worthwhile for students and allow more time for the teachers to make sure the class is digesting the material and retaining information for the exam. So what about some of the disadvantages of year-round school? Well, there are some disadvantages when compared to a typical school schedule. One main disadvantage lies in extracurricular activities. It's much harder for activities like bands, sports, and other events to properly plan practices during a semester when there's a 3-week break every semester. Another disadvantage lies in finding childcare for younger students. Parents normally plan to have childcare ready for the big winter and summer breaks as they're major breaks that students take, whereas parents will need to worry about finding childcare for their child every couple of weeks now since the breaks are more common for students. Another difficulty can arise in year-round school for students adjusting to the late August start curriculum. Most year-round schools are going to start in July, which can be difficult for students who are transferring to catch up. It often feels like they're being thrown into the deep end when coming from a typical school schedule, which can put an increased pressure on these new students in the first couple of weeks of adjusting. Another difficulty can present itself for students who are looking to work. Many students in a typical schedule will wait to work until the longer breaks like summer or winter. But it's harder to sell an employer telling them that you're only going to work for a couple of weeks every couple of months. Now, this wouldn't apply for students who are working during the school year, but it's another factor to consider for those that are looking for some experience before graduating and going to college. When it comes to year-round school versus a more traditional semester-based school, there's a lot of factors to consider. Each school type has their own advantages and disadvantages to consider when thinking about which schedule works best for you. All families and students are different, so it's important to really know the student and your schedules so that you can find the best option available to you. As always, be sure to hit that like and subscribe and click the bell to be reminded whenever a new video releases. Be sure to check out the links in the description if you're curious about the Power of One and what we do for our students. See you on the next one.